Hello everyone, this is Sarah, the Healthy Home Economist of thehealthyhomeeconomist.com, and the video that we're going to shoot today is all about making the simplest changes possible in your diet. And as you can see, I've got two bowls in front of me. This is a trick question, by the way. One of these bowls is filled with an item that everybody knows is not associated with good health, and the other one is filled with an item that you may or may not know is associated with poor health. Well, I'll answer the question for you since you can't actually have a conversation with me. This bowl is filled with white sugar, which everyone knows is associated with poor health. And this bowl is filled with iodized salt, which is also associated with poor health. You notice they're both white, and which means that they're both heavily processed, and therefore they should not be in your house. This is a product that really is only good for the shower. It's a great exfoliator in the shower, and other than having this in your bathroom, I certainly wouldn't put anything like this in your body. This is highly processed item, and it's not the salt that was traditionally used throughout history. And that is why I'm telling you today, as just very basic nutrition 101, if you want to get healthy with your diet and you're still using white salt of any kind, even there's white sea salts out there, and the name sea salt is a little misleading. These are still highly processed. If a salt is white, you don't want to use it. And let me show you the difference between real salt and this highly processed salt. So we've got the iodized salt here, which we don't want to have in our life here, and we have a couple of different kinds of sea salt here. Now this is a good sea salt. You can see, hopefully the video can scan in here. There's many different colors in the crystals here of this sea salt. And this is Redmond real salt. You can buy it in a bag like this, or you can buy it in a little shaker like this. It's nice and fine. It's good for sprinkling at the table. And that's what we use it for. It's got about 50 or so minerals in it, which unlike this salt, the minerals have been stripped completely out of it. And goodness knows what they do with the minerals that they strip out. They probably resell them, and they make a lot more money by selling the minerals individually than they would by selling you the sea salt as a whole food, which is why they do it, which is why processing is a very profitable enterprise to be involved in. So they take this salt, which used to look like this or this. They strip all the minerals out, and then they say, oops, we found that people who use white salt without iodine in it get goiters, which is an enlargement of the neck. So we'll put iodine back in there for you. So now we have iodized salt. Here you go. Well, this is not what you want either. Iodized salt is not any better than plain white salt. This is the kind of salt you actually want. This is one that's naturally finely ground. It's just naturally like this. And then this comes from Utah, from some salt flats. It's a land-based salt. And then this is Celtic Salt, which you can see is more chunky. Wonderful little crystals of salt. And this comes from Brittany in Europe. And this salt is made the same way it's been made for hundreds and hundreds of years. On the beach there in Brittany. And the waters there are quite pure, I understand. I know there's been some information going around that perhaps the waters there are polluted. But in my understanding, the waters there are still quite pure. And you'll notice that these have little crystals, and if you put some of this on your tongue, it's a very pleasant flavor. It doesn't taste too salty like it would be if you put this stuff on your tongue, the processed salt. So these are the two salts that we use in our house. The Celtic salt imparts superior flavor to your cooking, and it has, I think last time I checked, 80-some minerals in it. This salt, the real salt, has 50 or so minerals in it. The more minerals you have in it, the better the flavor is to the food. So, but this one is crystalline, and it's not fine, naturally fine like the real salt. So I would recommend this one for cooking, and this one as a shaker on your table. You can also get the Celtic salt finely ground. I don't recommend that, and the reason I say that is because these wonderful little crystals cannot be replicated in science. Scientists have not figured out how to replicate these beautiful salt crystals. It's kind of a mystery. And there is some literature out there. There has been no scientific studies on it as far as I know, but there is some literature out there that when these salt crystals dry in the sun on the beach in Brittany, that some sunlight There is some sunlight actually within each crystal. So when you consume this type of salt unground in its natural crystal state, you're getting some of the energy of the sun, similar to how you would when you eat green plants, which use the energy of the sun and through the process of photosynthesis capture the energy of the sun, and that's part of the nutrition, the chlorophyll in the plant. It's a wonderful nutritious substance, and this is possibly similar way of capturing the sun's energy in a natural structure. So I do not recommend grinding the Celtic salt. I recommend just putting it in your food and letting it dissolve while you're cooking as it is. And one final note, one reason you want to go to natural salt is that we have an epidemic of adrenal fatigue in this country, if you haven't noticed. And good luck getting over your adrenal fatigue if you are using this kind of salt as opposed to this kind of salt, because the adrenal glands need lots of salt, and they don't need this kind of salt, they need this kind of salt. And this is the kind of salt that will not bloat you, will not cause water retention, all those terrible things that are associated with excess sodium. This is what they're talking about. They're not talking about this. So salt to taste with what the Romans traditionally used. The Romans were paid in salt, and I guarantee you they weren't paid in this kind of salt, they were paid in this kind of salt. Salt has been traditionally as valuable as gold in the medieval times. Those who controlled the salt routes were the wealthy people, and they withheld salt or gave salt to the people who supported them, and salt was recognized as a very, very valuable commodity back in ancient times, and it was, of course, completely unrefined sea salt, which is what you want to use in your home too. So if you're watching this and you have not made this change in your kitchen yet, this is what you need to do today. Go now today. Take this, stick it in your bathroom, and take it out of your kitchen. And go to the store and either buy this salt or our wonderful Celtic salt. And they're both offered at the health food store. There are other types of sea salt too that are wonderful. I just don't happen to use them in my home, but Himalayan salt is wonderful too. There are other types of salt. So find one that they all taste a little bit different. So try one that suits the salt taste buds on your tongue, and use that one for your family, and you'll be taking your first step toward health. This is Sarah, the Healthy Home Economist, and wishing you all the best in the kitchen.